brave, matapang, na no. I have a law degree. I am not a politician. I am not rich. I am not a bold actor. I am not a part of Alex Bongkayaw Brigade. I am not trying to preach as if I am a man of God, but I look down upon my fellow Filipino. I am not from a big politician family. I am a nobody. I am my own man. I come from Cebu, and someone told me, go and tell them what we feel. This is not my message. This is the Filipinos' message. Ang nangyari sa ating House of Representatives na walang alam sa batas ay titirahin yung mga tao sinunod ng mga Pilipino dahil marunong at nakakaintindi sa batas at kung ano ang tama. Sana naman ang HOR, kung magkaroon kayo ng mga committee chair, bigyan nyo naman ng seminar kung ano yung konstitusyon bago nyo isalang, kasi nakakahiya sa mga nag-aral ng law. Kahit sa college, may constitutional law. Kahit kahit sinong mga high school, mayroong constitutional law. Bakit yung nasa tribe of Guadco parang sobra namang ignorante? Ako, nung makita ko, okay, ano raw ako, ganito, part of the fake news group, handa ako magpakulong kasi alam ko wala silang kakayahan na umintindi. Ignorante nga eh. Di ba? Ang yayabang na eh. Kasi sino yung ignorante? Siya yung mayabang. But I was brave enough to come para magpati, para makita ng buong Pilipinong bayan gaano ka-ignorante, kayabang at walang alam sa batas ang nasa HOR na walang ginawa kundi magpatahimik ng mga political enemy ni Bongbong Marcos at ni Romualdez. Kaya pumunta ko rito, sabi ng misis ko, sabi ng kaibigan ko, makukulong ka. I don't care. Pero I'm happy, I was persuaded by the team, let's get our acts together. Thank you HOR, thank you TRICOM for making us stronger. Thank you for consolidating our forces. Now we found our way to the Supreme Court. Mag-aral kayo, tingnan niyo yung konstitusyon dahil hindi na kayo ang mamubuli sa amin. Ang kakausapin nyo ay ang pinakataas-taasang korte na may alam sa batas. Ang may final arbiter kung ano ang tama o mali. Kaya I am here. I'm proud to have friends, newfound friends and family, and I don't think ito yung family. The whole family are the people who believe in these influencers, in these political activists, in these social media activists. Yun na ang kaharap, yun na ang kalaban ng mga bully sa House of Representatives. Mabuhay ang mga political bloggers, mga social activists. Mabuhay ang Pilipino. Lalaban tayo. This is our last line of defense. Pag napatahimik tayo, wala nang demokrasya. Wala na tayong pag-asa. Laban ito ng ating mga anak at mga apo. Mabuhay ang Pilipino!
May pangabol po. Pabasa po ng statement si Rizas Orlando Sasso. Mayroon po siyang invitation, ngunit siya po ay nasa ibang bansa. Basahin ko na lang po yung kanyang excuse letter na tinatawag ng mga kongresista. Dear Honorable Dan Fernandez, I have just read today from the Inquirer that you have invited me to a hearing about the speech of Honorable Representative Robert A. Sparkers. I have not been living in the Philippines since August 2023. I have received a scholarship from the ASEAN China Young Leader Scholarship Program Committee based in Jakarta, Indonesia, and was given a chance to continue my academic career as a PhD student of International Relations here in Beijing, where I am building a framework that would integrate insights in Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, Neo-Calvinist perspective, modern physics, machine learning, and social studies into a complexity science-based theoretical framework. Makakomento lang po ako, yung framework ni SAS ang kanina ng tunog, no? Pero ang Kongreso nagpo-propose sila ng regulatory framework na maliwanag na labag sa saligang batas. Comparison lang po. Hindi ko matiis. Sorry po. Your committee is supposed to deal with, quote, all matters directly and principally relating to the suppression of criminality, unquote. In line with the stated mission of your committee, I am attaching a copy of 26 Capital et al. Versus Tiger Resorts Asia et al. Serial number 2023-0128-JPL. Concerning a broken deal case involving a debt SPAC transaction. That's an intercorporate instrument. Transaction in relation to Okada Casino. It was decided by James Travis Laster, Vice Chancellor of the Delaware Court of Chancery in the United States. One of the material facts needed to be established in that case is whether Universal Entertainment Corporation, the parent company of Okada Casino, bribed House Speaker Martin Romualdez. In parentheses, the famous heavy luggage issue. After 5 days of trial in 2023 with testimonies of 13 fact witnesses and 4 expert witnesses and 2,281 exhibits, including deposition transcripts from 29 individuals, BC Laster has established as material fact that House Speaker Martin Romualdez received a, quote, dodgy bargain, unquote, through the intercession of Michelle Lazaro and James Lorenzana, friends of Mr. Romualdez. The pertinent material findings of this American judge is, quote, it nevertheless appears that Lazaro and Lorenzana brokered a dodgy bargain in which they offered to have Romualdez intervene in return for 1, increased control over Casino Board, 2, compensation of $35,000 per month, net of taxes. 3, employment agreements for the local executives like Yip and Van der Sande, and 4, quote, item for Romualdez, unquote. Attached is a copy of the decision of BC Laster, which you can also download from the website of the Delaware Court of Chancery. She attaches the link. As bribery is criminal, I hope you will give this due attention because your committee is tasked to, I repeat, deal with all matters directly and principally relating to the suppression of criminality, unquote. Thank you. Kind regards, Sasso Gama Sasso. Dahil tapos na po lahat ng individuals na magsalita, maaari po tayong tumanggap ng katanungan. May I add one more thing lang po? Kanina, gusto akong ipa-disbar. Sorry. Ganito yun. Sabi ni Congressman Paduano, is siya lawyer? Malamang, kasi attorney with si Angeles yung nakalagay din sa but sige, at dahil abogado ko, at hindi daw ako umaten sa hearing, sa inquiry ngayong araw na ito, patitignan daw niya sa legal ng House kung pwedeng mag-file sila ng disbarment case sa akin. Walang tanong kung ako po ay lumabag sa Code of Ethics ng mga abogado dahil ito po ang grounds for disciplinary action namin. Idinudulog ito sa Korte Suprema at iniimbestigahan ng IDP. Pero sa kanilang pagsasalita, akala mo sila yung nagpa-discuss. So, ang punto lang po dito, the only reason na pinatitignan nila yung item na yun ay dahil abogado ko na hindi dumating sa kanilang pagdinig. Dahil walang ibang abogado dito sa mga hindi dumating, naging special target ako. Dahil may vulnerability. The mere fact na abogado ko, apadisbar natin yan. Dahil hindi ko daw sila nirespeto. Ang problema din po dito, ang definition nila ng respeto ay slavish obedience. Hindi po respeto ng mutual. Gusto nila, ang sabihin nila, kahit invitation yan, ang basa dapat natin dito ay command. Sorry po, kasi dahil ako po ay graduate with a degree in linguistics sa University of the Philippines, ang pagbasa ko din, tulad ng ibang abogado, ay precise. So pag sinabi po nila kasi invitation, ang iniisip ko, pwede kong tanggihan. Dahil ito ay voluntary. Kung sila po ay nagpadala ng sabina, ibang usapan yun. Gayunpaman, ino-congratulate ko po si Congressman Paduano dahil ipinaaral niya sa legal ng House. Ito po ay step in the right direction. Kasi, nakikita ko ang ibang galawan sa ibang mga committee, eh parang diretsyo na dun sa wala ng due process, etc. Step in the right direction lang, kasi sinasabing tama sila. Bibigay namin, lahat kami dito, I don't think any one of us means to disrespect the House. Ang ginagawa lang namin dito ay pinaglalaban ng karapatan namin magsalita at magpahayag. Hindi po kami naghahanap ng sakit ng katawan. Pero, kung yun po ang i-threaten nyo sa amin, sakit ng ulo, sakit ng katawan, isa lang naman mensahe namin dito. You don't scare us. So, araw-araw ba naman, decide kami magdating ng sabi sa social media. Automatic yun, tinanggap namin, mababash kami. Noong 2016, nung nag-decide ako to throw my support behind the candidate named Rodrigo Duterte, alam ko maraming maaasal at hindi lang asal. I lost so many friends. Bilang pala, pakalayan. But that's the choice you make. When you decide to be honest, you want to say something, you accept the consequences. That's what adults do. Unfortunately, we are ruled sometimes, I'm not saying this is just in the House, or it's in the House, but by people who are in dire need of adult supervision. And that's really sad. Kasi we expect our officials, binoto natin sila because we thought that they could lead us. Ang lungkot naman na they think that they can do this because time is on their side. Kumbaga, okay lang, napastanganin natin ang karapatan nitong taong to. Anyway, they have to go to court to defend their rights. It's gonna take some time, and in the meantime, i-detain natin sila. Because that's what's happening now. Hindi kami takot. Mas matalino lang kami. Also, hapon lang po, aside from mas matalino lang, we are not Filipinos for nothing. May tanong po ba kayo? Dapat hindi tayo gabihin na.
Okay, sumulan na.
Thank you. First, I'd like to congratulate everyone for the courage that you showed para to inspire the Filipino people. Yung tanong ko yung is addressed to Attorney Trixie actually, no? Attorney Trixie, para lang din sa kapakanan ng mga maraming nanonood, no? At sa isang kayak na pagpapaliwanag. After today that we or you submitted the petition sa Supreme Court, ang House po ba can still execute yung mga show cause orders or yung mga subpoena na nabanggit nila kanina?
It depends on what the action is from the court. Dahil ang aming petition ay may prayer for temporary restraining order, kung may TRO, wala na po yun. Because matitigil mo na yung pagdidinig at yung pagsamon sa amin. Kung wala pong TRO, they will continue. Okay lang yun sa amin. We've taken the matter to the court. Like we said, di naman kami natatakot. We will decide what to do should they decide to pursue issuing these show cause orders or other forms of communication.
Do we think po ba na, do we think po ba na kahit pagkatapos ng araw na ito na nag-petition nga tayo, ay gagawin pa rin ng HOR yung mga gusto nilang gawin hanggat naglabas ng desisyon yung, or as a result yung petition na sinabit natin?
Hindi ko mag-guess or mag-presuppose ano ang gagawin ng Kongreso. However, it would be material to look at the time. May oras pa ba magtawag ng panibagong pagdidinig? May oras pa ba ng hindi nila yung mga show cause orders na yan? Kasi show cause means we are entitled to explain at kailangan mag-decide sila objectively on whatever action they want to take on the show cause orders. If there is material time, I suppose, then they will try to execute them. So, yun po yun.
Ayan, good afternoon.